Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Mike. I'm calling back with you with a video response for Top85401. We're doing a response to his question about showing off your vintage cards. It's actually the first time I'm actually doing something with him, for him actually. I've just actually recently discovered his channel, and Nate, it's a great channel, man. Keep up the great work, and congratulations on your wedding. So this is my Yankee cards. This binder is from 1950s to about to 1979. So that's the only binder I really show, because I guess a guy my age, I don't really consider 80s and 90s vintage. So I'll just stick with this binder. I do have New York Jets vintage stuff, but I'm going to keep it with baseball because that's what seems to be everyone's doing. So we'll just keep it with the baseball, and here we go. Don't have much in terms of vintage stuff. This is, I believe, 1957. Yep, these are 57s. These are in terrible condition, but I love them anyway. I could care less. There's Muscowan, Bob Grimm, Ellie Howard. That's a terrible Ellie Howard. I've got to upgrade that at one point. Tom Sturvant, Art Didford, and Ralph Terry. Next, we go on to the 1958s. Tom Sturvant, Bobby Shantz, Andy Carey. Go back. I'm sorry. Going out to 1959. There's another Art Dittmer, Gil McDougall, Tom Sturvant, Duke Moss, Norm Seaburn, Hank Bauer, Johnny Cucks, Jerry Lumpy, and a Johnny Blanchard rookie. And here we go to 1960 with Hector Lopez, Jim Coates, Billy Bob Turley, Gil McDougall, Johnny Blanchard. I don't really have any Mantles, Yogis, Whiteys, or anything like that. I do hope to one day get some. That's like my big thing this year, is I have to get some Mantle's expensive. I'm going to try my best to get Mantle if I could. I definitely want to get Yogi and Ford, a couple of those this year also. 1961's Elston Howard, Bill Statford, Ryan Dern, and Tony Kubek. 1962, Tommy Trush. I think that's his rookie card. Johnny Blanchard. There's a Whitey Ford American League Leaders wins. And a Babe Ruth farewell speech card. I believe these are 1963s. Yep. There's Young Aces, Al Downing and Jim Bouton. Hector Lopez. Another Ellie Howard card. These are 1965s. There's a Jim Bouton World Series card. American League Strikeout Leaders, Al Downing, and a Johnny Blanchard. I believe these are 1966s. Yep. Here we got Clete Boyer, Ruben Amaro, Tommy Trush, Jim Bouton, Hector Lopez, Jake Gibbs, Ray Barker, Hal Reniff, Yankee team card. And I guess that was a space. Here are 68s. Horace Clarke, Charlie Smith, Joe Pepitone, Bobby Mercer rookie card with also Stan Banson, who I believe was American League Rookie of the Year, Fred Talbert, Lou Clinton, and Ruben Amaro. 1969s. Horace Clarke, or are these 68s? Yeah, these are 68s, I'm sorry. Horace Clarke, Gene Michael, Dick Hauser, Joe Verbenick, Bill Molbekent, Ruben Amaro. 1969, Fritz Peterson, Steve Hamilton, Bill Robinson, Gene Michael, Dick Simpson, Ralph Houck. We'll go on to 1970. Mil Stottlemyre, Jerry Kenny, Joe Verbenick, Mike Kellick, Jack Acker, Danny Cater, Kurt Belfry, Bill Robinson, Bobby Mercer. And here are the cards from the year I was born, 1971. Makes me feel really old. Yankees team card. Lloyd Clemson, Bobby Mitchell, or Colson rather, Bobby Mitchell rookies. Mil Stottlemyre, Ralph Houck, Roy White, Ron Hansen, Ron Woods, Gene Michael, Steve Klein, Rob Gardner, John Ellis, Crit Belfry, and Ron Klimskowski. Yeah, try to find these cards in like really good condition. It's really hard because the black chipped off a lot of these cards, and you could totally see where it chips. And of course, the jewel of this set is the Thurman Munson card. This first rookie. It's considered, I don't think it's considered rookie. I think the 69 or 70 is considered a rookie card. But that card of this set is still a pretty expensive card. 1972 Topps Yankees team set. Rob Gardner, Ron Blomberg, first American League DH. Bobby Mercer in action. Fritz Peterson in action. Rookies Al Cluster, Rusty Torres, and Mr. R. Hambright. John Ellis. Got a 1971 American League batting leaders. Tony Oliva, Bobby Mercer, and Merv Redmond, and Mike Kellick. Also over here you got Jim Harden, my first Thurman Munson, Horace Clarke, Hal Lanier, Bernie Allen. Going to 1973 now, Yankees team card. Manager card, Ralph Houck with the coaches, Jim Hennigan, Elston Howard, Dick Hauser, and Jim Turner. Solano Sanchez, Sparky Lyle, Greg Nettles. Right there, I love that Photoshop effort that they did. This is obviously a Cleveland Indians uniform that they just turned into a Yankee uniform. Roy White, Horace Clarke, Bobby Mercer, Bernie Allen, Ron Swoboda, Steve Klein, Fritz Peterson, Mil Stottlemyre, Bobby Mercer, Boyhood Photos of the Stars, Lindy McDaniel, Hal Lanier, Jerry Moses. You know, and I love these little insert cards from back in the day because, you know, back now they really don't do it unless it's like a throwback type card. But yeah, these little inserts like, you know, Boyhood Photos of the Stars, or cards with that pictured them with their fathers if their fathers were major leaguers before them. You just don't get stuff like that anymore. 1974's Yankees team set. Then you have the Yankee autograph facsimile card. And you got Thurman, Bobby Mercer, Pat Dobson, Rick Dempsey. Love that patch of the Yankee Stadium anniversary that they wore for the 1973 season. Solano Sanchez, Mike Henkin, Duke Sims. The thing about this year, this was the first year that the Yankees played in Shea Stadium while Yankee Stadium was being renovated. They would play the 74 and 75 seasons in Shea. Roy White, Jerry Moses, Fritz Peterson, Wayne Granger, Gene Michael, Sparky Lyle, dig those mutton chops, Chicken Fred Stanley, Hal Lanier, Steve Klein, George Medic, Sam McDowell, Greg Nettles, Fred Bean, Ron Blomberg, Horace Clarke. These traded cards are freaking awesome also. I love these traded cards. Bill Sedukis, look at that NY. That is like the most crooked NY I think I've ever seen in my life. Sweet Lou Piniella, Jim Manson. And you got the 1975 cards. Actually, I'm sorry, there's still a couple 74s. You got Bobby Mercer, Pete Rose All-Star card. And you got rookie outfielders here. Now we go into the awesome 1975 cards. Bill Verdon, Larry Gura, Lou Piniella, Bill Sedukis, Rudy May, Cecil Upshaw, Gene Michael, Thurman, there we go, Dick Tidrow, Sparky Lyle, Ron Blomberg. And of course, you got these most valuable player ones. You got the 51 for Yogi, 57 for Mickey, 63 for Elston, 54 for Yogi, and 61 for Roger Maris. And you got Doc Maddock over here, George Maddock, Alex Johnson, former American League batting champion, Gene Michael, Dave Pagan, Elliot Maddox. And then we go on to the 76s, which was a team card with Billy Martin there in the little diamond, Tippy Martinez, Rudy May, Chris Chambliss, Sandy Alomar, Ed Herman, Rich Coggins, Roy White, Sparky Lyle, Rick Dempsey. Here's that famous card of Oscar Gamble with the afro wearing the Yankee hat. Willie Randolph, one of my all-time favorite Yankees. Ed Figueroa, first Puerto Rican pitcher to win 20 games in the majors. George Brett's brother, Ken Brett. Bobby Bonds record breaker card. Mickey Rivers traded card. Larry Gura. American League victories card with Catfish Hunter on there. Then we go into the 77s. Billy Martin, Roy White. Actually, that's a team card with Billy Martin, Roy White, Dirty Dick Tidrow, Oscar Gamble, Sandy Alomar, yes, the dad of Roberto Alomar, Ron Blomberg, Ed Figueroa, Doc Ellis, Catfish Hunter, Ken Holtzman, Fran Healy, Carlos May, Lou Piniella, Sparky Lyle, Elliot Maddox, Greg Nettles, who was one of my favorites growing up, Thurman Munson, Chris Chambliss, Mickey Rivers, Ron Guidry, home run leaders with Nettles and Schmidt. Chris Chambliss, dramatic home run decides it. This was the first game I ever watched as a 5-year-old. I was at my grandmom's house. She's watching the game. I was playing with my toys. And I remember this like it was yesterday. When Chambliss hit the home run, I had not been following this game. I could not tell you what was going on. All I know is when he hit the home run and then all those fans ran on the field, I went absolutely ballistic and ran around the room screaming at the top of my lungs. That was the day I became a Yankee fan, and I've been a Yankee fan ever since. Don Gollett. Here's the 1978 Yankee cards. These cards seem a little older than 78s. You got the Billy Martin with the player manager card. Catfish Hunter. Louisiana Lightning there, Ron Guidry. Don Gullett. Cliff Johnson. Paul Blair. Ken Clay Nettles. Ken Holtzman. Ed Figueroa. Fran Healy. Goose Gossage. Sweet Lou Piniella. Willie Randolph with the American League All-Star symbol on there. Fred Stanley. Mickey Rivers. Dick Tidrow. Bucky Dent. And a really bad Reggie. Gotta upgrade this at some point. American League Championship Series card. Yankees rally to defeat the Royals. Most games as in relief to lifetime. Record breaker Sparky Lyle. George Zerber card. Reggie Jackson World Series card. Reggie Jackson 77 record breaker, most home runs in one World Series. And you got this old school all-time record holders with Jack Chesbro as a member of the Highlanders. Trying to get a better picture there. There we go. This was, I guess, he was on here for wins in a season. There we go. 1979 Topps, last set in this book. Bob Lemon with the manager with the team card. Catfish Hunter, this would be the year I believe he retired. Lou Piniella. Paul Lindblad. Ron Guidry. Bucky Dent. Ken Clay. Reggie Jackson All-Star. Cliff Johnson. Sparky Lyle. This card always makes me sad. This was the year that Thurman passed away in the plane crash. So every time I see this card, I always think of that day. I remember as a kid watching the funeral services or the services they had at Yankee Stadium with the priest, and I'll always remember a vivid picture of Reggie Jackson crying in the outfield, and that's something that will always stay with me. Andy Messersmith, one of the guys who, because he wanted to become a free agent, they broke the reserve clause. It was Messersmith and someone else, I can't remember who else it was. Don Gullett, Jim Beattie, classic picture of Goose Gossage, Mick the Quick, Ed Figueroa, Dick Tidrow, Gary Tomlinson, Willie Randolph, Paul Blair, Jay Johnstone, Fred Stanley, Jim Spencer, Roy White, Chris Chambliss, Greg Nettles, Yankee prospects. The only one I remember seeing Brian, I saw all these guys. Mike Heath became a catcher with the A's, actually. Doyle played with the Yankees for a little bit as a backup, and it was funny, Dave Rasich was, I remember him vaguely as a Yankee, but I remember in other teams more. Ron Guidry, ERA leader. Goose Gossage, save leader. Ron Guidry with the Gaylord Perry with the most wins in the American League and National League. I guess I had these in the wrong spot. I gotta take out that other Jack Chesbro card. You got the all-time home runs. At that point, obviously, Hank Aaron was the leader. And then you got Roger Maris, season record. I mean, I still consider him the all-time home run leader in terms of season. And the last card is Ron Guidry. So, that's it, guys. Hope you liked it. I hope I didn't bore you too much with this. Again, Nate, congratulations on your wedding. Hopefully, you guys live a long and great life together. And I hope you guys didn't bore you guys. If you have any interest in seeing the 1980s book that I have of Yankee cards, please leave a comment in the section below. Give a thumbs up to this video if you like it. And if you guys want to see other stuff, just let me know. I also have Jets cards that go back to the 60s. Just let me know if you guys want to see that. So, again, good night, guys. Take care.